I start this video with a recognition that all the matters that we are addressing are matters where people hold varying views, where they have different influences and experiences and different circumstances. If the contents of this video don't apply to you directly, they will likely apply to somebody that you know and love. And I recognise that these can be difficult things to talk about. Well, the aim of this video, whether you are part of the Connect Church family or whether you are inquiring, is to help you understand how we see matters from what we as the leaders of Connect Church regard as a biblical point of view, and how we might work that out pastorally. It is not a detailed exploration of the topic in question. We have sought to arrive at positions and views based on Bible study, on research, and on prayerful consideration, as opposed to just going with the flow of public opinion or merely drawing upon our own or upon mainstream church traditions. The aim is not just to give a position and leave it there, but it's rather to initiate prayer and consideration and to have conversations. We keep these things under review, and though the positions in this video are firmly arrived at and held, we are always willing to engage in conversation, to learn, and to be corrected if we have got something wrong. And I want to reassure you that we deal pastorally with each person and their circumstances on an individual basis. And we recognise as well that there may need to be a different approach, there may need to be a different conversation perhaps, depending upon somebody's age, their spiritual maturity and understanding. The topic of this video is on assisted dying. We recognise that this is, of course, a highly emotive subject, and we must always keep in mind the very real physical and mental suffering that people undergo and the painful and difficult choices that patients and their families have to make. Genesis 9:6 tells us that life is not to be taken because people are made in the image of God. Being made in the image of God means that every single life is equally precious and valuable. And this includes the lives of those who are very ill and are near death. Job 1:20 says that the Lord gives and takes away. And Psalm 139 verse 16, that the Lord numbers our days. As it is for the Lord to determine when a person is born, so also is it his to determine when a person's life should end. 1 Samuel 31 gives an account of King Saul being badly wounded on the battlefield and ordering his armour-bearer to end his life. The armour-bearer refuses through fear of God. But then we read in 2 Samuel chapter 1 that an Amalekite reports to King David that Saul has in turn asked him to finish his life, and the Amalekite obliges him. But in that instance, he is punished with death at David's order. And whilst of course this is not directly on point, it perhaps gives us a biblical understanding of God's attitude towards the ending of a person's life. The greatest command of all is to love God and to love one another. We express our love to God by how we love one another. We are to love people by helping and caring for them, including those who are extremely vulnerable, those who are sick and suffering and near to death.